Good afternoon, I'm Jenna Waters, and today I have the privilege to interview Matthew Hollifield, who is the team captain of Ulama here at Tennessee. Thanks for joining us today.
Oh, it's great to be here, Jenna. Thanks for having me.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about Ulama?
Well, it originated in Mesoamerica. It's a game that's played between two teams, and you play the game with a rubber ball, and the key to the game is to keep the rubber ball inside a square, which can be lines drawn in the dirt or paint on, a more professional court. And the thing that makes it challenging, though, is that you are only allowed to hit the ball with your hip. If you hit it with any other part of your body, it's not allowed, and it's a point for the other team. The way you score points is by hitting it and into the other side of the court in their square and letting it bounce out without them being able to return it, or if they hit it with another part of their body other than their hip, or if they attempt to return it and they hit it out of the square, is a point for your team.
That sounds fascinating. Do the games ever become violent?
Yeah, of course. I mean, just like any other sport, the game's going to get violent because you have two teams sitting there competing to win the game. Anyone that's playing is going to be competitive, and it's not really a contact sport, but just like other non-contact sports between the teams, they get pretty violent. Arguments can always become physical. You never know what's going to happen. So yeah, I mean, they can get pretty violent from time to time.
I've done some research, and I know that there's sacrifices that are done after the game. Can you elaborate on what that is and what happens?
Well, thankfully, they don't do that anymore. Back in the ancient times when, you are correct though, back in ancient times when they used to play, the winning team would be sacrificed. They play in front of everyone, the whole city, and the winners would be sacrificed. And people are like, that's weird, if they won, why are they sacrificed? I kind of wonder the same thing, but the reason they're sacrificed, if you won, you're sacrificed to the gods. And so only the best will they give to the gods. So if you're a loser, then you suck. They don't want to give you the gods, they only give the best to the gods. So it was actually seen as like an honor and a privilege back then to be sacrificed.
That's fascinating. I know earlier you talked about the rubber ball. Has that influenced a lot of sports today because of that equipment?
Yeah, I mean, how many sports are played with a ball today? I mean, tons. And this was one of the first sports that we saw use a rubber ball. Now, not every sport's obviously played with a rubber ball, but most sports are played with a ball. So you can see where many sports took the use of the ball from this game and oriented into their game to get to where they are today.
Well, I'm glad the games aren't like how they used to be, and they aren't quite as violent, and there's no more sacrifices.
I'm glad too.
And today we are privileged to have a lot more games because of it. So thanks for being here today.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's been great. Coming to you live from the University of Tennessee campus, I'm here to announce the new Tennessee football coach. I know a lot of you have heard John Gruden rumors. Wrong. The new coach is someone that's a true winner. Hal Wilson will be leading our boys on the field next fall.